You're not seeing this Meepo taking a lane on their own in the mid. They are going to be supported down bottom.
Yeah, and this is a big change up for just Gaimin Gladiators and how they approach, because normally they do put Ace in the solo safe lane. Think about his Tidehunters, his Legions, Timber Swords, right? They're often tri-lane to enable a Meepo. So Ace isn't unfamiliar to playing this area of the map as the off-lane player. It is just going to be a difference in, farm disparity. Dracho, he's now playing a more utility style off-lane on the Mars. So a big shift in the farming style of Gaimin Gladiators. They were probably one of the most consistent teams for following a script within draft and play, performing it to a super high level. So this type of left field change up in strategy, I don't think anyone would have expected it. And it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, because
when you see a team do this, from Gaimin Gladiators, do you think this was something that they've had in store, their practice, or could this have been Ace sort of making the call? Hey, let me play the Meepo. Meepo's going to be unstoppable against these heroes.
Ooh, this is a type of scenario where they've probably done it like once in a scrim against a semi-decent team. They won super convincingly, and now it's been in the back of their minds the entire time. I don't think it's something they've practiced crazy amounts, but it's probably, at least one scrim, one practice match, and now it's like, yeah, boys, let's bring it to an official.
Yeah, I mean, it's a best of 3. It's game 1. Might as well give it a shot. And if it does work out here, it's definitely going to add something else to the list of things that you've got to be scared of Gaimin Gladiators pulling out against you in the draft.
Yeah, and I think in regards to a bit of history of Meepo, I feel like it did kind of fall in popularity just because, the Divided We Stand was like a higher level to obtain it, and then also the poof damage was slowly getting nerfed patch by patch.
Yeah, it did.
And now I think it sits at max level. It's 90 damage, but it is pure, not magical like it used to be. So there are swings and roundabouts, but overall I think the hero is in a very average place where if you have a specialist, I'm sure you can get a lot from the hero and really dominate the game. But it isn't like the super OP, get to level 11, 12, kill everyone on the map, win the game type of hero.
Oh, well, we'll see how it goes on this game. And on the other side of things, for Secret, Mail's going to have a bit of a slowdown there. Did try and get that Ring of Health as early as possible, but the courier's going to get taken out. So he'll have to wait a little time before he's able to pick that one up. Tips getting thrown out across the map already. How we're seeing on the lanes, anything getting out of hand? We've got mid lane, Boom, getting a bit of a lead against Nisha, 22 for 0 against the 15 for 3. On the side lanes, I mean, Ace is definitely having a slow start. He's not having an easy time hitting the creeps down here. He's got the lowest CS right now.
It's been a pretty difficult start just because Yapzor has been non-stop pulling the creep wave, so Ace has kind of been chasing them, following them as well. Meepo, he does kind of want a more static lane to farm up, and again, you see the I's positioning. He naturally doesn't want to steal that early XP. Like we mentioned before, Meepo, he needs to get the levels early to get the Divided We Stand to then be able to start being a bit more of a presence in both lane and jungle. Nice little click down here, actually.
Then give an eyesight size to proper right click down it. Ice, he's prepared for a bit of a smashing down here. He's got the stats to withstand it. Double braces are done. 2 points to the Dragon's Blood. He'll be fine. Very unlikely they'll ever be able to kill him down here. At the least they can try and bully him back. Free up a bit of space for Ace to start getting the opportunity to farm. Mid lane. Boom. Now he immediately has to go for the TP. Is Yapzor able to get the reach in with the stun? Oh, he is. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Big time there. Nisha getting the first blood, and Boom not having a TP to return to lane.
I think everyone wants to see that one in slow-mo. Was it a 0.1?
I think it was close to, was not the TP. It was very close, but Yapzor able to reach in as he did. That hurts the mid lane big time. Nisha is going to be over the moon with that one.
Yeah, I guess at least one positive from that is Ace did hit level 4, getting the second Meepo. He is somewhat independent now bot lane, so at least Io can TP mid without the fear of, oh no, my Meepo is going to get run at as well. So sure, Storm died, but they're able to recover from the situation quite nicely.
Now we'll see it again.
Oh, yes.
It was close. Here we go. What did it get down to? Oh, It really did. It really did. It was so close to getting out, Boom.
That was like some point one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That is one of those moments that, you know, if it was a pub game, something would probably be being said in the chat. You know, some
keyboard slammed or something.
Yeah. Definitely a frustrating bit of Dota 2 there for Boom. But he's back in the lane. And his farm's still good. But Nisha, who was a little bit behind, is now taken over, of course, with that series of events. Mid.
And, you know, this is a... You know, it was a Team Spirit tweet earlier today. You know, Toronto Tokyo's tier list for mid heroes. I think he put Quap in D tier, in the bottom tier.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I feel like,
to be fair, I feel like we've been seeing less Quap, right?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Nothing because of the hero and like major patch changes. Like fundamentally, the hero's still the same. Sanj, Kaya, Shard, but you know, Noel's not doing the spell amp. The Death Prophet and all the other heroes in mid lane going up in popularity. It's one of those just natural meta shifts rather than it being Quap is bad. It's just more Quap's still good, but not needed to be first picked in the draft. It's now just there in the toolkit. Yeah, this Quap's going to need a good game to be able to kind of help bridge the kind of mid-game pressure that Meepo brings. So, for example, having Shiva's BKB.
See mid. Trying to make a bit of a move for Nisha. Yapsor and Puppy will be around to help out. Boom, waiting out the spike carapace. We'll be able to finish off Yapsor as it comes to an end.
They needed that return kill for sure. They needed to... If they got away and Yapsor lived, bring both supports from Gaimin Gladiators. That was an important trade back. Yeah, like I was saying, against Meepo, as long as you can survive that map pressure of the mid game, and then you have the items to survive the jump. You have like Shivas for the the less HP regeneration, or you have like the attack slows and BKBs and stuff. You're able to comfortably, I say comfortably very loosely, survive going into the late game. But it's about going even or winning the early game to be able to make Meepo feel uncomfortable looking for the fights, because he knows he's jumping into like a one-item advantage. But yeah, it's very difficult when it's an anti-mage to carry. Like if there was any other semi-active style carry, Secret could look to group quite early to take that fight, but they're always going to be kind of looking to retreat and to skip the map and farm until they have a 3-4 item anti-mage. Yeah, it is a difficult entry to the game for sure.
Mid. That's another bit of a poke between Boom and Nisha. Yeah, talking about the anti-mage for Samel, we're seeing, again with the item build, something that... is this just becoming the norm now? We saw it the other day from Nico Baby on his anti-mage, I believe. You always want to be getting this Vanguard early, rather than just going for the Treads Battle Fury Rush. It slows down your timing a bit, but makes you just that little bit more unkillable in the early stages.
Yeah, exactly that. And, we just mentioned the fact that it's a difficult game for anti-mage to want to join fights in that Vanguard. It gives him that opportunity to, if he is jumped, the extra, damage block against the Meepos might give him that sustainability to survive. And suddenly, out of position, you get that turnaround from maybe like a DK stun with a shard or the Quap ult. Like, there are ways for them to make plays, and it just gives anti-mage an insurance policy for farm. And again, like you said, you just assemble it, use that ring, create the Battle Fury. You can either remake Vanguard for Abyssal or just keep it casual and then go for, the Manta or something quicker. It's just a very nice way to use disassembling in Dota.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really limits that sort of vulnerability that an anti-mage can have early on. Without that sort of extra bit of buff to his HP and protection, the damage block. I guess this is working out quite nicely for Gaimin Gladiators with the setup, because they have Tofu on a hero like the Keeper of the Light. Ace can take the jungle, and Tofu can pretty single-handedly just keep this wave shoved out and make it very hard for ISO to actually get the chance to hit the tower too much.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing this DK ever hit this tier 1 tower unless it's a Nyx plus Ench all coming bottom to then try and out the Keeper of Light and then hit the tower. So yeah, very much farming kind of the macro play right now. Ace should be uncontested in the jungle. Tofu should be, farming up the Storm bot lane. And yeah, you see, they're just being very efficient on their side of the map, and they're not rushing anything because they understand it's when Meepo is ready to fight, you need to have your entire, cast ready to join. Like, Mars needs a Blink. Storm needs either an Orchid or a Sanj Kaya. or like a York, just any of the cheap items, and then you look to non-stop fight around every time Meepo is happy to engage. So the first Dragon Launch complete right now. Again, in the pubs, we haven't seen Meepo in pubs recently in regards to Pro Tracker, but there's been, you know, a couple hundred games, if that. It is very much Treads, double Dragon Lance, a Wraith Band, Blink Dagger, into then either like a Hex, Scardy. Ace actually opting just to go for the one Lance into Blink Dagger, trying to accelerate the pace of the game a little bit more. Of course, you know, in a pub, you probably have more breathing room to farm up a bit more, be greedier, but he knows that he needs to hit that, you know, 13, 14-minute timing.
Oh, we're gonna get the move now from Nisha and Yapson. This is the move that you would expect turn into a tower if they can kill Tofu. Stepping up a little bit, but still has a keeper of the lights very speedy, so can just zip up and down the lane. Question if they want to commit for the kill behind the tower, and if they do, if Gaimin Gladiators will actually respond here, maybe. See what the plan is, or if they'll just let Tofu try and hold his own.
It's a catapult wave. Keeper like can't really deal with that. Of course, he can kill the normal creeps, but catapult he can't, so just passively goes down.
Top lane. Gaimin Gladiators also getting the job done on the other side of the map. As Secret on the verge of losing their tier 1 top. Keeping these close. I mean, a very, very passive start here from both teams. We're already 11 minutes in. It's only 1-1. The same amount of towers taken down as the kills that we've had from either side.
It's the calm before the storm, Owen.
Oh, it is. I mean, this game's going to pop off. I mean, you can feel it. Ace is quietly farming away Sumail. He's doing what he can on the other side of the map. Sumail's farm is a little bit behind all the other cores, though, right? He's actually having a bit of a slower start than... I don't know. Something slowed down on his farm, right? He's 1k behind any of the other cores at this stage.
Well, the key thing here is he hasn't been able to make that natural transition from the top lane where you TP into a mid engagement, you either go bottom to take the tower. Like, he's been locked into being the static farmer of top lane, farming whatever he's been given. Yeah. So he is naturally going to be lower net worth than most.
Top lane, Dracho off the mark with the spear. It's going to have a lot of backup though. As they're moving on to Puppy, jump from Nisha, he's ready to turn. Comes up with a sonic wave. They're bringing Dracho down low. Sumail trying to finish off the kill, but he's going to get speared back. Dracho keeps his distance. Celery, he'll be able to take Boom back out of that. Dracho will get left behind, ends up dying to the damage of Nisha. With a 1-for-1 there, despite the fact that we had numerous heroes from both teams turn up for that fight.
Yeah, if you're Gaimin Gladiators, you should be very careful with these type of engagements because your damage is in the fact that if you hit the arena, it's the storm on top, the blast on top. There isn't this like continuous damage source in other drafts. So if they miss, like let's say the initial spear setup, or if they don't go on the correct hero, they might struggle. You compare that to Secret, it's a quap. Antimate slowly clicking around in these earlier fights. Like there's so many cheap spells. And you kind of saw it there. Secret happily brought everyone, and these are the small fights that they need to suddenly get a blink shard on the DK. You suddenly have one more item towards Battle Fury, and if you're Gaimin Gladiators, look towards your Meepo. He just completed the Blink Dagger. They're probably going to group up again. Arena's back up in like 15 seconds. This is where the pace of the game might, you know, just speed up so much that Secret struggles to take every single fight. But, you know, it's still pretty close.
As close as it gets on the numbers. It really is. On top lane, Tofu should get picked off here. Sumail will be happy. A little bit of gold and XP for him as he's able to get the finishing blow there onto Tofu.
That was a rather aggressive position from Tofu. He's quite a cheeky player. He likes to try and get a bit more from the map. But going down top.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here's the blitz.
He's taking the jump onto Puppy. Well, get the chain locked down, take out the Enchantress, and the space is there for them to remove another tower from the map.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Now, I mean, looking towards...
So it begins.
They're going to go for it. They're going to start on the Roshan here with the three of them. If Secret's able to do anything about this, Secret at the moment playing on the other side of the map, so nowhere near being able to get involved, and they don't themselves have vision around this point, so might not quite expect Gaimin Gladiators to go for this. I guess they did see with the Wolf, so they just know that they can't really do anything to stop the Meepo from taking this Roshan at a very early timing here, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but this is so crucial where if Secret were to contest this, they lose the fight, you're then giving Gaimin Gladiators an Aegis, an extra 3-4 kills, probably a couple tier 2s. Like, way too much of the map of sacrificing if you are to lose. The Secret, they identify the fact that this is Gaimin Gladiators' power spike. This is their moment to try and win the game. Just give it up. Push out the lanes. We just saw Anti-Mage pick up the Battle Fury. It was only like 10 seconds slower than average. So it wasn't like a disastrous start for Sumo, and that's kind of what you need. Everyone just keeps slowly farming up, get the big ticket items, and then look to have that one decisive fight post-Aegis to put Gaimin Gladiators back in open position. Yeah, he's tanking up, Chief.
Making space for Sumo, I believe is what he would tell you. I'll slowly but surely die as finally gets blasted there by Tofu. Smoke came out for a Secret. They were starting to sweep up to maybe catch some of Gaimin Gladiators splitting back up. See what they can find. Boom. Oh, instant jump there straight away with the Dragon Tail. But they haven't taken that. Celery makes the attempt to try and save, but couldn't quite do so. Ace hits in with the counterplay. He's going to be able to continue to keep Nisha locked down. And it's not got quite enough damage. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Dragon comes down from the stairs. He's got the arena. So not only able to finish off Nisha, he's able to knock in both Ice and Yapsor. Yapsor, he can't run. The cleanup's there. Gaimin Gladiators staying on top, and they're really starting to ramp up the pressure. You know they're going to be knocking on these tier 2s now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They have to. They have to make this map for incredibly small. And we got to see the classic Meepo v Cop, right? It's one net, right click, one net again. You barely get out, and then of course it's a good 10-11 seconds of just awkward staticness that allows the Gladiators to get into place and to clean up the kills. So Secret, they need to be careful. They have the pickup, but they don't have the team fight right now. The items will unlock the team fight. The heroes that they have enable to pick up. So it's going to be push out the waves, edge, Puppy, keep sending the creep top lane, or anti-mage play aggressively bottom on that ward, and then in that absence of time, they should then be able to take a fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Secret, they opt against smoking or looking for any of these bigger plays and just play the wider map for now.
Is under attack.
We'll go smoke from Gaimin Gladiators. Let's just see what they can catch next. BKB's done on Dyrachyo, so he'll have a pretty easy time being able to charge and get the arena down. Just having that amount of control that will allow Ace all the time and space to go from target to target with the cleanup.
Oh, yep, so very close. Broke the smoke on the Nyx Assassin. They didn't have any dust available on the Ace or Dyrachyo, so they couldn't blink and catch him.
Gotcha.
And they move away. They do get the D-Ward. Yeah, Sumo just kind of dancing away from this aggression.
Oh, Ice. Ace is going to have him. Ice trying to TP out. Ace able to throw a net over the tree line. Put a stop to the TP. Set up for Gaimin Gladiators to get another kill and continue to push in this top wave and start to pressure a second tier 2 here, 18 minutes in. Everything and continuing to go in terms of what you'd imagine Gaimin Gladiators wanted it to do with the timings they want to hit. Mid lane, straight away Dyrachyo, he's able to get the opening, there's the follow-up, Ace locks down Nisha, Nisha's gone. Gaimin Gladiators, they're making this map very, very scary. Sumo gonna lose his courier here. As Secret, I mean, this, especially when that Meepo was picked from the draft, you've got to imagine this was not something that Secret were imagining would come out here today in this first game. And
I don't think anyone was.
They've got to have a backup plan, and the question is, do they? In this sort of situation, can Sumo carry as an anti-mage against the speed and pace that Gaimin Gladiators are bringing against them?
I think the saving grace might be the fact that like a butterfly, Manta, butterfly, Battle Fury, Abyssal, like I'm talking a very farmed anti-mage, and that's when you're going to be looking pretty good. Like the lockdown on Gladiators, it is in snares, vortex, and a spear. And anti-mage, naturally, he will thrive against this type of play if we can, fast forward time, if we don't hit the racks and get to like 20 minutes.
He's just charging in under the tier 2s. He doesn't have Arena. He has got BKB, and he has got backup, of course. Boom's over. BKB's going to have to be popped by dota2. Still no Arena for 10 seconds. Secret, they're bringing in the TPs. Nisha jumps in Sonic Wave onto Boom, but Boom's able to zip to safety. Bottom lane, Ace, he's dealing with Sumail. He's got the net locked down. He's going to be able to keep him permanently holding position. Finishes off the kill. Back up top, dota2 continues to be in trouble. Arena is back up. Oh, I say in trouble. He's going to go for the TP out. They got anything to stop it? They don't. He's actually able to make it back to base safely.
That was a good TP. That was a nice clean TP. And oh, unfortunately for Sumail, the global presence of the Meepo, right? He sees an engagement top, gets a little cheeky going for an extra wave bottom, instantly blinked on and punished by that Meepo. And he's just about to complete Skadi as well.
Yeah, this is some masterful stuff from Ace. He's just going to keep it going back into it. And so much backup here, ready to come and help out as Boom zips over on top of Ice. Ice is gone. Puppy, he also can't run. Ace ready to hold him down for infinity. Double kill for the Meepo. As I think it might be too much for them, T.
Yeah, it is right now. It's a 2500 HP Meepo. And if you think about the damage on Secret, like before they might have like the DK shard, this fireball does a nice little bit of damage, a sonic wave, a scream. Look at these moves, all the numbers, it's not enough. Yeah,
they catch Sumail's gone again. They're pushing up the mid lane as well. dota2, he's up to the tier 3s. The rest of the team's going to be ready to join him.
There is no map to farm, there's no way to get the items, and they have an incredible amount of bursts now that the Meepo is online. They can take whatever they want.
See what they can do. I do have the fireball, and the AoE at least a little bit nice to get against the Meepo, but at the same time Ace happy to wait it out. He's got a lot of HP to burn through. This is a tanky Meepo this early on, 21 minutes in.
Just don't, like we haven't even mentioned, it's the Illuminate as well, healing up the Meepo. Yep. Normally, issues that Meepo faces is getting the heal. They're looking for a fight, kinda.
And dota2, he's happy to take the fight. Wants the BKB Arena down, he's trapped the two of them. Yap still getting on, Boom's in for the cleanup. Double kill for him, the buybacks have to come out from Secret. They're scrambling to defend their base. Jump forward with the Dragon's Tail, but there's no follow-up. Ace able to simply walk away for the safety of his teammates by his side. See where Gaimin Gladiators want to go towards next. Tier 2 still down the top. Secret. I'm going to try and get out on the map with a smoke.
Ooh, okay. This is a cool one. This is the bait Sumail. Think that he's farming by himself and will smoke behind him. I'm pretty sure Gaimin Gladiators are going to be aware of this. They have a scan available if they want to, double check. And also, they don't seem to be rushing down to catch him off guard, so...
Dire's top tower.
The one play Secret has available, Gaimin Gladiators aren't, rushing towards it. Or are they? They've just smoked. Okay, no, they are actually looking for it.
But I mean, it does feel so scary for Secret. Even if they're the ones starting the fight, I don't know if they come out on top of it.
I mean, they don't have the damage, Owen. I'm just being polite here.
No, absolutely not at this moment in time. Not compared to what Gaimin Gladiators can tank against. Ace, he's able to jump up, goes straight away for Sumail. Sumail's just gone. Got the fireball down. Ace, he's just able to step to the side. He's jumping over. Sonic Wave as well to do everything to try and burst this Meepo. But Ace is still alive. Can they even kill the Meepo once? They're from the outside. They will. They're finally able to take Ace down. They have managed to kill him. But not without their own casualties, of course. It cost them 3 of their own cores there, Secret, to just get the trade on the Meepo. And dota2 is heading down mid. He's got a Deso coming out, so he's ready to start bashing into the buildings. As this mid melee racks will be gone. I think that sort of great 3 cores for the one Meepo is probably as good as it's going to get for Secret in these team fights. It ain't getting any better than that.
It is perfect, it's one of those games that you get everything, you finally kill the Meepo, but then you look towards your team and it's the admin side first, Pop's dead, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. And he has the Deso, like you mentioned, about to be delivered, there it is. With Iron, the overcharge, they have plenty of damage to clear out both what was left of mid and now top lane. So, yeah, this is beautiful stuff from Gaimin Gladiators thus far.
Absolutely. So yeah, a demonstration that the Meepo pick in the right hands in the right situation. And if it catches some of these top teams by surprise, it's just deadly.
Yeah, it's like if you just think about it, right? It's like against Anti-Mage, against Quap. They're both heroes that, against maybe a big counter, they need to farm 15k gold to even think about playing into this hero. And that alone in Dota, concept-wise, that's just way too much time. Like Quap, it's Sanj, Kaya, a Shard, maybe a Shivas, then a BKB. A lot of gold. Anti-Mage, you still have to get Battle Fury to be able to farm. Then it's a Manta to maybe get out of the roots, a Butterfly to survive the right clicks. Then you need some kill threat. Like, it's so much gold. And if you get there, sure, then you can maybe beat these heroes. You play a long 40-50 minute game. But against teams that know how to execute it, take away the first Roshan and the second Roshan, it is devastating. And like the map right now, if you look at Secret's vision, they've got a single ward. Actually, no, 2 wards now. You know, super far, hugging the right-hand side of the map. Like, they control nothing. They are just victim to whoever Meepo wants to turn up.
Secret setting up the trees, seeing if they can catch anyone by surprise. Dyrachyo, not an easy one to jump. If he gets the BKB off, chances are he'll be able to put the arena and buy time for the rest of his team to turn the fight around. We'll see if they try for him. They're going to start poking. Already Boom. He's ready to look to hunt in the trees. Secret, they're already backing out of it. They don't want to take this fight. They want to cut the creeps, but Boom and Celery, they're keeping the wave safe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They'll look maybe towards the next one.
Secret then. Yeah, skip this wave, grab mid, grab top, but again, this isn't going to really help you too much. This is just to do something, to kind of fill the void in which they're waiting for them to barrel into bottom, you know?
It definitely feels like that. Like, you know, what sort of options are there to deal with this Meepo problem at this stage? It just feels so hard because it really has been a perfect storm for the Meepo this game in terms of what it's picked against it and what it's been picked with. Here's the arena down on the bottom lane. They get the setup, they've got the lockdown on the Nisha. He's going to try and get out, he can't do so in time. Both dead, no buybacks. As Gaimin Gladiators, they're up and ready to take out this third and final tier 3 in barracks. Only Samel, Yapso and Ice left alive to try and defend, but let's be honest, there's just not much of a defense for that. Secret Noah. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 going to Gaimin Gladiators. As I think, whoever made the call to switch things up, get that Meepo in for race as the last pick. I mean, it was genius, team.